Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dr. Diggs. It's another beautiful day out here in the Pacific Northwest. We do have the official JP news for the EX units and how it's going to be implemented in JP. Today, I'm going to be going through the news, talking about how you actually do level up your EX units, what units are going to be EXable, how you go about doing that, and of course, what my personal opinion is on the EX system. Now, I know there is a lot of frustration and questions about this and doubt. So the first thing I'm going to say is let's get through the information. Let's talk about it. I know there's a lot of misinformation out there as well around what units are actually going to be EXable. And then at the end, we'll talk about it and I'll give you my thoughts on it. First off, going down here, it talks about how you are going to be able to EX the main job. And it shows you how you would go about doing that. You need level 99, you need maxed out all jobs. And then you come down here and you have to have this little crystal scrolling through here. You're going to need to have the crystal and you're gonna need a variety of items, right? The units that are available for this. I know there was a lot of different lists, a lot of official translations that were actually wrong. So this is the literal list that they posted in the JP News. So the units are going to be Yuna, Titus, Rob, King Eld, Stern, Oldoa, Mont, Belo, and Liarte. Now, how do you go about getting the materials to awaken these units? Well, they have to be level 99. And, well, they don't have to be level 99, actually. They have to be max limit broken. And then any other fragments that you get for them are going to be converted into these unit pearls, which are also essentially materials that you can use to job level your character. You're going to need to farm the expanded crystals, which is going to be different for each rarity of the units that you have. You're going to need to farm the Deep Submarine of Paradise, which you can actually farm very similar to Red Room. There's going to be a room specially specific so that you can farm this. Very similar with the Armor Stone as well. And then there's also going to be a pyroxene room added where you can farm these pyroxenes. And I'm not sure if that means every level 6, every room is getting a level 6 or not, to have the pyroxene in each of them for each element. That kind of remains to be seen. I don't have the JP version installed right now, but that's essentially how you go about max awakening a character to level 120. Now, probably the biggest question that I keep getting right now is this power creep, so to say. Is this power creep, should I just stop pulling on units? Should I stop pulling on Kane and Global? Should I stop pulling on, Final Fantasy IV and just save for Final Fantasy X? Should I just stop everything? And it's an interesting question, because you have to consider that, we have the foresight of what's coming down the road. And I would ask another question, right? Which is, what happens when Kane gets his level 120? What happens when these units that are released between now and the level 120 event get their max awakened form? And another question to ask too is, what is the power level gap going to be between, for example, a 120 MR unit and a 99 UR unit? Honestly, I don't think it's going to be that huge. I think in certain situations, like maybe for Mont, he's actually going to be a decent tank at level 120. However, you're probably going to be able to kill him. He still doesn't have access to the best abilities. He's going to be someone who is there and can do stuff, but he's not going to be potentially better than a Warrior of Light, right? And there are, of course, some units that we look at this where it's like, holy shit, that's really threatening. I think Oldoa is the unit that I'm thinking about, particularly with the Exorcist card paired with her that we got in Global. I'm like, holy shit, Oldoa is going to become a beast at level 120. And I don't even know how, I just don't know. And there's other things we don't know as well, right? We don't know the job level difference between level 15 and level 25, we don't know if the base stats are going to be increased significantly. We don't know if maybe there's no base stats and you only increase the level in order to get access to the enhanced ability board. So maybe the enhanced ability board only gives like specific stats and specific information or specific abilities, right? There's no real substantial evidence right now. WoTV Calc hasn't been updated, and I've talked to Bismarck, and he said that it's going to be updated slowly over time because there's so much information coming in. And, you know, at the same time, we also have all of these VC card changes that are happening in JP. We have all of these, you know, things that are going on that are readjusting the balance of the game. And it feels a little chaotic, and it's kind of really, like, for me, it's really fun because it's like, all right, I just leveled Fenrir, like I just leveled the Fenrir VC, and I can see that he's going to get ice attack up on him in the future. I'm like, hell yes. So I think a lot of what this means is that you should just plan on investing in units for the future, and you should just be prepared for this to come. I think no doubt the new units are going to be the dominant units, right? So that's going to be Titus, that's going to be Yuna at 120. But it's quite possible that even though Yuna has re-raised, she might not have full life. And that might make Ayaka still significantly stronger than Yuna. We just don't know yet. And, you know, Yuna could be relegated to like second position healer, and Ayaka could still be top of the beast, right? So there's so many unknowns right now, and people are really feeling like, yeah, you know, like, oh, I don't know if I should pull anymore on Kayn. And what I'm going to say is I think you should pull on Kayn. I think you should pull on Final Fantasy IV if you've been saving for Final Fantasy IV, because you're still going to be dominant with Kayn for, you know, the next 3 months, the next 4 months. And it's one of those situations where, you know, your unit isn't always going to be dominant no matter what anyway. Like, units are always going to fall out of relevance, and power creep, so to say, or awakening is inevitable, right? Like, we knew this was going to come down the road eventually, and there are a lot of people that are upset that it's coming right now. And I feel like at the 1 year mark is a very appropriate time for it to come out, because that's when you have to breathe new life into your game, right? Your game's been out for a year. It's almost like, you can almost think about it as like season 2, right? Season 2 of War of the Visions is going to be coming out. Some old units are definitely going to be relevant still, and they continue to enhance older units. We just got a Sir O and a Seymour VC card that is freaking awesome. And then no doubt we're going to get level 120 Seymour and Sir O, and holy shit, I can't wait for that, right? It's going to bring Sir O back into the meta. It's going to make him relevant, and it's almost like a readjustment and a rebalancing of a lot of units. And I'm really interested to see how this affects units that are on lower rarities, because it's really clear that they're investing in those units, right? Why else would they create a level 120 Belo? Why else would they create a level 120 Liarte? Like, why are they investing in these characters? We might see more SR characters. Probably not, but even if they become more relevant, it could be really fun and really adventurous. So overall, I think the community needs to chill a bit. I think people are losing their minds. I don't think, you know, this is going to be handled inappropriately. I don't think you have to panic and be like, oh, they're going to ruin the game and I need to quit. I mean, that's, you know, I don't think that's going to happen. I think from everything we've seen from the War of the Visions team, I think they are invested in keeping the game going. They are invested in their community. Particularly, they listen to the global community and they adjust from their lessons learned in JP. So we might see, you know, level 120 even come sooner to global. We don't know. We could, you know, randomly get Kayn next week, and suddenly Kayn is going to be level 120. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but that could happen, right? So again, we don't know what's going to happen. Take a breath, calm down, enjoy the damn game, because that's what it's there for. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. As always, if you are going to buy Visior, please use my affiliate link, dig.gs/coins, or go to the special offer, dig.gs/offer. And as always, everyone, I look forward to seeing and talking to you in Discord, and have a great rest of your day.